Good morning. How is everybody? You know, I've got an extra special guest. I was just letting the music play on here. You know, sometimes you just got to let the music play. Well, good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to everyone. This is the Dentologist. My real name is Ian Cordle, and I welcome you to my live show. Crazy stuff going on. Boy, I'm tired of saying that. I just want to say it's a normal day. I just want to wake up and say, you know, just an average everyday day. But actually, we can't say that. And there's some real seriousness in the world going on. I hope everyone is safe. I really do. But with that said, I'd like to, put a shout out to our sponsors, Mobile Tech Shade, Simply the Best, and Dent Man Tools. Be a man and get some Dent Man tools. Well, I'm going to have a special guest here today. His name is Clint Kidder. And this guy, I would like to refer to him as, the Dr. Doolittle of dents. He is the Dr. Doolittle in the PDR industry. And I say this because, not only does he have animals, but his animals, they have personality. And you can tell that they know they're loved. And, when you're an animal person like myself, you can just tell. You can tell when an animal knows they're loved. So I believe he's chasing around one of his his buddies here. He has to have him in the picture. So let's bring him on. Let's welcome him here to the show. This is Clint.
Hey,
how you doing, buddy?
Hey, pretty good.
Good morning this morning.
Yeah. So I cannot hear you. It's terrible. I can't hear you. Darn it. Ian, I can't hear you.
I want you to log back in too, buddy. You try it again too.
I can hear you. And
then we're going to start this bad boy. Tell you, a little bit, it can get discouraging when everything goes without a hitch. You start the show and then it does this. I'll tell you what, I'm ready to throw this computer, but we're going to have a great show. He's just about to come back on. Again, I hope everybody's being safe because it's been crazy times out there. I'm going to go ahead and start this thing here. Anybody want to chip in or pitch in on what is going on in their life right now with the riots and just the craziness? Can you hear me? All right. Well, here, I'm going to bring him on. Here he comes.
All right.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, pretty good. Good morning.
All right. Can you guys hear me now? I want to make sure you guys can hear me, the audience. Had some technical difficulties. Bruce says he can't hear me. So one more little question to the audience. Can you guys hear me? And we're going to get on with this bad boy.
Do I need to sign in or become a member or anything?
No, dude, you're good, man. You are a member. You're a member of the Duck Club, and I can see that right now. Who's your buddy?
This is Albert.
Dude, he is too cool, man. I'll tell you what, some of the stuff that I've seen on some of the posts that you put out there, showing him, out and about, chewing on your stuff. And, he's great. What's his name? His name's Albert.
Yeah. He's
what a great looking. Now, what kind of goose is he? Is there a specific kind that he is?
Yeah, he's a Pilgrim Goose. And my wife got him because their numbers are dwindling, so she's trying to bring them back. And I lost audio.
He's majestic.
Oh, there we go.
He is majestic, man. And then he's got a brother or a sister.
Well, it's a sister and partner. pretty much.
Okay.
And she likes to run off with my knockdowns and all my tools and my glue tabs.
Look at them over there, man. They're just chewing away. What a great pair. And they know when you're talking to them. They know when you're giving them attention. You know, you are absolutely in God's country. It looks like. Why don't you tell the audience who you are and where you operate out of here?
Yeah. So I'm on Whidbey Island. So that is in the upper corner of Washington State, and it's actually very close to Canada. But I live in a little Navy town here, and I grew up, born and raised on the island next door across the bridge. And I set up shop here. But how I got here is a little bit of a story.
Yeah, well, I want to hear about that. So does the audience.
Well, in 2016, doctor told me I had to leave the body shop, which is everything I knew. I was a painter. And it was kind of bad news because it was the only thing I really knew how to do, and I mastered it. I was good. I was a good painter. So I had a buddy of mine named Mike Bergman. He's one of those techs from behind the scenes. Doesn't post very much. He gave me a Ding King double bend and an old handmade door tool, and I just started pushing on everything in the body shop.
So you've only been doing this a few years. You started in 16?
Yeah.
And you're producing work like that? I'll tell you what, man, you definitely got a knack. There's some people that are gifted with holding a dent tool and removing dents. Not very many are gifted so early on. So I think God's been good to you, buddy. You definitely are. I can only imagine how good of a painter you probably were with some of the dent work that you're producing.
I appreciate that.
Now, I want to definitely go on with knowing more about this island, because I'll tell you what, with everything going on in the world right now, I have to be honest with you. You sent me over those pictures of all the just incredible mountain bike area and the huge mountains and the just beautiful area that you live in. I mean, dude, look behind you. Gosh, I want to be there right now and not here. Okay. As you know, I had gotten a new mountain bike, and I'm constantly.
Does it have a motor?
Yeah, it has a motor.
Oh man, cheater.
It's a cheap bike, but man, it's a whole nother level. And I'm thinking, what's the highest mountain? Instead of going, dude, I don't want any mountains now. I don't want to go to the mountains. Do they have a tram that goes up? Now it's like, dude, where's the biggest hill that I can go to? Because, I'm assisted now. It really is nice. So I might have to, we might have to talk after this. I might have to come up there because, dude, that is incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. What are those mountains that were in the background of those couple of pictures you sent me where it's so gorgeous?
We're a couple hours away from the Cascade Mountain Range, and about 4 hours away, if you count border time, to Whistler, BC. So
okay,
I make a couple trips up there a year. It's a really, really good place to ride your mountain bike. If you've never been, you have to go.
I think that's going to have to be another bucket list item. I'm going to have to do that, since I got a buddy up there that, has offered for me to ride with him, right?
Oh, yeah, we have to do it.
So getting back to the subject here of Clint, now your wife's name is?
Anna, A-N-A.
Anna, okay. Now, there's kind of a unique story as to, you guys meeting and your family dynamics, your parents, her parents, where you guys, maybe if you want to kind of touch on that a little bit before we go into some PDR related questions.
Sure. So I married and divorced when I was super young. Like, I think I was married for 3 months when I was like 22. And then I just spent like a decade single by myself in my house. And then I became, a Christian. And then my family started the church in town in the 1950s. And then my wife's dad became the pastor there. And then I played the guitar in church, and my wife played the piano. It was a very unlikely pairing because she's 10 years younger than me, and she's way smarter and more beautiful than me. And I'm just this old, washed up
Oh gosh.
Auto body guy.
So it is true what grandma and grandpa used to say. You want to meet a nice girl, you go to church.
Oh yeah,
Everyone,
I would.
I mean, I'm telling you, if you're having issues, you're a single person. Even if you're not a single person, you got a wife, go to church. Go to church because good things are going to happen. But go on.
Okay, so we just played music together until we started hanging out, and then pretty soon we got married. And then my wife said, "Hey, we're moving because I'm going to finish my veterinarian degree." So I've never moved before. I've never been anywhere. I've never done anything other than paint work. So I took my 5-6 months experience under my belt, slapped a sticker on my truck, my Lightning, which I didn't want to sell, so I just made it a work truck.
Right.
And drove to Pullman, which is 7 hours away, Washington State University. And I just drove to the dealers with my tools and pretended to be a dent guy until I figured it out.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if this is trickery and some of those pictures I see of the videos that you're posting, and I mean, literally, slow pans across these finished jobs and pictures and videos, dude, touche. I mean, there's guys that, they'll go their whole career and can't perform some of the complex repairs on bedsides and, even with all the stuff that there is available. But I think that was what you were kind of telling me is with everything that's available, Dent Trainer and the different, archives of videos and different things that you can go and source from to really understand. You got a question about something, it's out there. There's somebody or something out there that can help you to answer that question. And
sure.
I really think that's huge. And that's had a big take on your being as good as you are.
So one of my strengths is asking questions. And, believe it or not, I don't even know if you know this. You were one of the first people I talked to in PDR world.
I remember.
I called you.
I already know, bro. Okay. I mean, I already know you can send the checks, send them over.
Right. And then I couldn't believe you were fixing dents without a light. You were using reflection board. And I said, how do you do that?
For years and years.
Yeah. But the community, so I got together on the Facebook groups and I just started asking questions. And then I had a couple of really close friends I'd call up when I got stuck on a job and they would just walk me through it. Sean Vance, I never met him until last MTE, but we talked on the daily for about 3 years. And when
Sean, right on, buddy.
My first hail job, I got overwhelmed. I got it about 15 dents in and I said, I'm not doing this. And then Sean says, no, you're going back and you're going to do it. Just circle off an area and finish that area and move on. So
man, I'll tell you, I remember dude, I had been doing it for several years and I remember seeing the first hail job. It was like, this is the first one I get. It can't be, semi gravy or at least, a halfway difficult. It was just, and I mean, there was no archives. There was nobody that I knew to call. And, this is years ago, dude. And I'll tell you that one hail car, I think took me almost 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Every day sitting down on it, and I mean, there was stuff on there that was questionable. I will admit, but you know what? I sat there. I said, I'm not going to stop on this until I have some kind of finished product to offer the customer. And, they were ecstatic. They were like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. Me being as obsessive compulsive as I am and so critical of myself, always have been.
I have too.
I still have nightmares about that car. It was like, but that's the thing. Would you admit that just in a little bit that you have been in this career, the patience is an acquired thing. It's something that comes by time under the tool. You keep pushing, you keep striving for excellence. And when you do get it, it's almost that much more rewarding that you put the time in and that you suffered and you made it happen.
Yeah. People always say, oh man, I don't have the patience for that. But I think it's more, I'm just really stubborn. I don't want to lose.
Right.
And that was part of I was going to apply, when I moved to Ace Hardware and just get a job at the hardware store if my dent thing didn't work out. But I didn't want to lose. So I just did whatever it took. And it was the difference between bringing home money or not. And I had no money. So
eating or not eating. And dude, I have to eat. Yes, I need food. This body takes a lot of food.
This dent is being fixed, and I'm making money. Yes.
And I don't want to. Hey, dude, I like the. Look at those guys. Those guys are awesome, dude. They're just on cue, man. Those are cool buddies. Now we had talked a little bit more about something else, which was, the opportunities that you have with all your animals, being as friendly, being as you're always around your animals. Your actual shop is there at your home, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, dude, now audience, listen to me on this. A petting zoo. Tell me how many moms, daughters, kids would be absolutely scratching up the walls. They would be knocking dents. I mean, it would be such an opportunity. I can't even tell you, where you hear, no, I've got the kids with me. There's no way that I can, come and bring the car. Dude, they would be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go pick up our neighbor's kids too, because I got to come see the dude. It would be a whole nother deal. I think it would be absolutely game changer. But do you notice that there are people that say have used your services, seen that you have these animals?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys got to come with me to have my dent removed and watch him.
They do. They come here. They bring their friends. I actually had a customer show up on Sunday just to see the animals with their children. And she brought friends, and then that invites people to have me look at their car. And it's really good. When they pull up the big, long driveway here, they see a horse in the yard, and then the geese are cawing at them. And then my dog Greta is begging him to throw the ball for him. So it's a big welcoming committee. I can't really.
Dude, how much property do you have? How many acres?
Oh, we have 6.5 acres here.
It's a lot of maintenance, man. It's a lot of work.
It is. It keeps us busy, but we love it.
Yeah, I do remember when we first started talking about interviewing you, and you were saying, I was telling you what time I start my show.
Yeah.
And, your comment was, I don't generally start my day. God bless it. God bless it, man.
I take it easy in the morning.
Beautiful. You got this beautiful, beautiful home and life and everything. God has been very good to you. And you're a great person to showcase PDR because you've been in the auto body field. The other side of it. The painting, the body work that's involved. And even though I bet you were a very, very good painter. Would you say that, honestly, there's just really no going back to factory? There's just really, if there's a way to do it. And that's kind of one of the reasons, other than that paint and stuff was making you sick, without you ever telling me this, I already know that that's probably one of the biggest reasons is it's a much more quality repair when it's done right, doing it with PDR.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And I take that in consideration. Like I try not to weaken the metal as much as possible during the process. Mm-hmm. I'm really always thinking about scratching the backside of the panel. These things are definitely, I keep these in mind.
Well, I don't know if you guys seen the quarter panel smashes in the intro video. Just those Dodge quarter panel smashes. I know Sal Contreras has posted several different types of smashes in his archives throughout the years, but I know that he feels the pain that I feel just looking at that with my wrists and my hands and my shoulders, because man, that is just a no joke area and type of metal to work on. And a lot of people just don't understand that unless they're PDR guys that have tried those kind of dents to one, get them out because they're usually locked up, and two, without cracking the paint, and then two, being able to get it to where you can actually have a really good surface and cross-check it, because you usually can only work them one way. That is very, very difficult to do. But
and the way that
I got a speed round. You ready, guys? We got a speed round here, a speed question. So we got, do you prefer glue or push?
Push.
Okay. Do you prefer hail or large dents?
Large dents.
Large dents. Okay.
I like the mixture. I like hail card.
Mac or PC?
Mac, because they don't get viruses and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about, and now this is my favorite one. Okay. Mashed potatoes and gravy or candy?
Oh man, mashed potatoes and gravy.
Come on, man. I mean, that's 2 for 2 now. Two people. I mean, bro. Yeah, I'll just have that. Instead of everything, it is candy to me. Soda or water?
Oh man. Well, I like soda water. Is that thing?
That's a great answer.
Oh.
That's a great answer. I like that, man. Now you got those soda water things that you can do now. I don't have one myself, but
Oh,
since
yeah.
you said that, I'm thinking about it. You know, you just add your own flavor and make your own sodas. You know, don't drink many of them, but let's see here. Hot cold.
I give my customers these soda waters, and they love them. It's with real fruit juice, Spindrift, not commercial. But
dude, I am so going up there to visit you, dude. I've got my bike, man. I'm ready to go. I'm just going to load everything up and head on out and see my buddies over there that are cockling.
Yeah.
Hot or cold?
Hot or cold? What do you mean?
Just answer. Hot or cold? First thing that comes to your head.
Cold, because that's what I'm used to.
Is it really cold up there?
It's mild, but
it's my. What is it like 20 degrees right now or what?
No, I don't know, 50 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I actually like that crisp weather, but it's when it gets real cold, like towards the 0 mark. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put some more heat in my shop this winter. I don't want another winter like last winter. I was cold.
You don't have much insulation on you, bro. You know, you need not like me. I'm extra padded. Well, hey, the next question is: would you know work for someone, own your own business?
Oh man, own your own business for sure.
You worked for people, even though it was your family's business, right? You worked for people and stuff. That was kind of your deal. It wasn't all yours until you started your paintless dent repair business, correct?
Yes, sir. My brother and I worked hand in hand for years and years, every day. And he's just kind of one of those, he kind of took the father role of me. And so he's great and everything, but it was really weird to be away from him because he was the guy that always solved all my problems. So when I started my own business, he was gone. I found out how capable I was of solving my own problems.
Right.
So super good for me to get out of the body shop, get away from my brother.
Yep. Hey, you know what? Brothers, family members, they're great. My son works with me, but I know that it is nice when I get him on his way. He goes and does his thing. And I'm not speaking for me. I love my son. I'd have him around me all day long, but I can already guarantee you, dude, if you're taking him away from me and ask him that question, you know, would you prefer he would answer the question before you'd even finish asking it, you know, which is, you know, yeah, I love my dad, but man, I'm good. I'm out doing my thing, you know.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine too. He's a very I have to give it up to my son. I'm super, super proud of my son. Here's the next question. You ready?
Yeah.
Car or truck?
Oh, I love my Ford Lightning, but I love my cars too. Dang, these are tough.
I love them all too. Yeah, it's a hard one, but you got to pick one.
Well, let's go with truck. No, I'm car. Car. I'm going car.
I know. In the heart, you know, we could say an answer to the question, but honestly, I'm an everything kind of guy myself. Retail or wholesale?
Retail all the way.
Mm-hmm. Now, why would that be?
Well, I spent a lot of time at the dealerships. I traveled to 3 cities in Pullman when I worked there for 3 years, and I just became a name in the dealerships, and it wore me out, man. Just the games, the personalities.
Yep. The constant change.
The price. I feel like everybody's always talking to get to the price.
Right.
That's like what they have in their mind the whole time they're talking to you is price, value, and I'm not into that.
It's a hard one to get past. I was very fortunate where I am. The majority, almost 95% plus, you know, for a long time, for, you know, over 15 years, it was all single owner dealerships.
Yeah.
And, you know, throughout that time, you know, I've been in this business a long time. Now it's completely flopped, and the majority of them are corporate, you know, dealerships. So
yeah,
holding on to, you know, that's Ian. He's been doing our dents here. That's the guy that does our dents. Has been quite difficult, especially since it's not me that it shows up to the dealership anymore, because I did it for so many years. I did retail and wholesale and body shops and everything. I mean, there was a time where, you know, I still stand by, there's no one that worked as hard as me. And, you know, might sound proud or whatever, but I mean, 12, 14-hour days every single day, you know, 12, 15 cars a day, every day. You know, it just wears you out. I agree.
Where do you get this motivation? Where does that come from?
You know, I guess, I'm being interviewed now, huh?
I'm curious.
I'll tell you what, the motivation with me, I can say plain and simple, is through trials and tribulations. You know, having been put in a situation in my life, you know, I can name several of them where you're sitting there and you're going, I could have worked just a little harder and not been in this situation. I could have those things that I want with this job if I just dig a little deeper. I could have kept that place or retained that account had I been accountable and available. And, you know, that is something that, you know, I'm constantly driving to my son. I hope I'm not doing it too much, but that's just my personality of, I don't like to fail. I don't like to fail, just like you. Was he chewing on you?
No, Matt Moore just told me I have mustard on my chin. He texted me.
This guy. He's got a reflection off his computer. He's looking at himself, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, he's eating pretzels in the morning, man. What the heck's going on here?
I don't know.
So any of you guys out in the audience have some questions for Clint? This is the type of guy I am going to come visit you. I promise you, this is going to be my bucket list. If you'll have me, I've got a cool bike and you've got some incredible area. I'll bring a sleeping bag or whatever just to check out that area you live in, because it's just gorgeous, man. Gosh, you're walking around there, and I have to say, I'm
come out and see it.
Sure. We got a couple people. Morning, dudes.
Let's
see here. What's going on? So let's see. You know what? I can see this comment here. Don't go telling everyone how nice it is up here. He doesn't need to say it. I mean, look at him walking around. How gorgeous. Do you do all the landscaping there at your place and everything?
Oh man, I do like the man stuff.
What would that
be?
And
my wife does all the plants.
What would that be? What's the definition of man stuff, Clint?
When you drive the lawnmower. What? You know that move when you sit on the lawnmower and the lawnmower's about to tip over, but you kind of compensate. That's the kind of stuff I do.
Okay, that's my kind of man stuff, dude. That's man stuff. I get you right. I agree. Let's see. We got so many people are saying you're an awesome dude. So many people are saying Clint's the man. You know, I could see this from the time we first met and you conversated to me being late, hooking you up there at the Dent Olympics and I can't even believe. I'll tell the rest of the story, but then I'll go back to the fact that I had messed up and I was about 5 minutes late on bringing you an MTS to get you dialed in. That's old news. I really, honestly, I can't believe that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago, which would have put you at what, a year or two? No, 2 years into doing dent repair, correct?
Yeah.
And he's doing the Dent Olympics. Whether you fail, whether you did great or whatever, man, kudos. That stuff is not easy, dude. I mean, and that's that kind of stuff, having people stand over me, not necessarily customers. I live for that. But the whole around your peers, sitting down, you know, huge knot. I dance to the beat of a different drum, dude. And I would love to, you know, finish it off, you know, nib it, do some stuff, blend the outside edges of the, you know, the clear, make things, you know, blend to where you don't see a big flat spot, you know.
Yeah.
Constantly. I'm a real paint related, you know, not saying that I don't sand or I do sand. All I'm saying is,
whatever.
I do my thing. I make the dents work. I get paid and I move on to the next job and everyone's happy. You know, you at 2 years in, dude, doing Dent Olympics, man, those dents are nasty. I'll tell you what, that would put me through it.
I learned a lot on that. I'm glad I did that. I sat out this year just to watch. I really learned a lot this year, just watching people. And next year I'm coming. And I got a plan.
Oh boy. Well, I'll tell you what, I might just be right there with you, brother. We might
sounds good.
You know, like a me, you, Sal, because I'll tell you, me and Sal have been talking, and I just need somebody to compliment me because, you know. So, hey, this gentleman here is asking your 3 favorite tools.
Oh, lately it's been the PDR Finesse double bend, just buddy tool. I think it's a 202W. I really like that tool. Oh man, that's a 3?
3 of them. He wants 3. Won't take less.
I like my PDR Finesse door tools too. like the.
Yeah. Those are great, man. Being able to adjust the handle on them. I remember when those came out, when I started using them, and we always used fixed handles. So I always had these huge, raises and calluses on my fingers because my hands are so big. So I grabbed the fixed handle, and that's what I pushed on every single day on door dents and going through the window and stuff. But then they came out with those, and it's like, this is a totally different deal, and my hands don't feel like they're rubbing up against rocks all day. So what would be, so you got the finesse, you had the
I like this old double bend screw tip 3/8 dent gear tool. But they don't make them anymore. It's like the 24-inch and the 16-inch. I just find myself using it all the time.
Those are great. Those are great tools. I have to give a shout out for the Dent gear, that fender lip tool, just a straight flat bar with the edge, with the kind of the spin out, or the it's kind of fanned out, to a blade on each edge. I love that thing.
They seem to make. I want to say that the Dent gear tools are the stiffest.
Yes, they are very stiff.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what too. It's all about the type of metal. There was a couple of tool companies. I know A1 when I was making tools way back, it wasn't, for sale to the general public, just for training, but we made them out of spring steel. We're talking, dude, you can't even, I still have a couple of them that I use and are in my tool inventory. I go to bend that thing, because I forget that it's spring steel, and I probably rip my arms off, just trying to bend a 3/8 rod. It's like, you just can't bend them without heat.
Yeah.
But those are great. I think some of the tool companies should probably even go back to some of that steel on some of the smaller tools, that spring steel, because man, it is strong, dude.
Yes. I think Dentcraft now does dent gear, but
right.
I'd love to see them recreate whatever they did, because I could use a couple more. I got to say 24 HD dent dial. I use that thing all the time.
I know. Yeah. What am I forgetting here, man? Literally, that's my go-to tool. If I don't grab it at least once a day, I have to go home and say hi to it. I never really actually have a day where I don't have a dent or something that I power out real quick and then just fine tune with a couple other tools, or with that, I have it set up. I actually have two light duty 34s and two heavy duty 22s. And I have each one bent something different. And so I grab, the one that's for Subaru doors, and the real, far edged top belt molding, section there, where it's anywhere between 10 and 12 inches out on some of these cars.
The body line.
I can curl that thing right back up and get right to that body line, power it out, and finish it up. Man, I love my dent dials.
I actually ordered my dent dial custom, because at the time he wasn't making 24 HDs, and this is me kind of tooting my own horn. And then Sal goes, I think I'm just going to make them all 24 HDs. So, I'm responsible for that, maybe, possibly.
You know what? I'll give you that, bro. I'll give you that, Hey, thank you, Clint. Sal, I'll tell you, when Sal comes up with an idea, he's been such a huge inspiration to so many guys. And I've had a lot of people on the show that
when I was learning too,
watch videos, that's what they say.
For sure. And when I was learning and I got stuck on something really hard, I would message Sal and he would write me back these novels, and I would read them, and then I'd read them again, and then I'd read them again, and I'd read them like a dozen times. And then I'd get it. And then I'd text Sal back, hey, I did it. And then Sal really, really helped me out.
It broadens your whole way of thinking or approaching a dent. And that's, to me, that is a very huge section of even doing a complex dent, or even a small dent for that matter. Because a big dent, just a small one, broken down. That's all it is when you start getting into a big dent, some of these repairs, just to think it out, you will literally finish it much more cleaner. You'll much faster if you have an approach to it, and a thought process. And Sal's thought process on wedging stuff with wood and locking it down with the dent dials, and man, just he's on another level, man. He is on another level.
Definitely. Just not chewing up the metal. Like Sal's all about kind of keeping the strength in the panel.
Yep.
And
and bringing up tons of metal at a time. Yeah. That's the whole thing, and keeping it hot and bringing up tons of it. Man, Clint, I could go on and on and on with you, dude, and I probably will away from the show because honestly, you're a good dude, and you know, again, I keep saying this on all my shows: surround yourself with good people.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a reflection of yourself. So, you know, with that said, thank you so much for coming on and gracing us with your presence here, Clint. And your
thanks for having me.
Behind you, dude. Man, I'm telling you, I'm ready for a vacation, bro. Just looking at that. So, hey, thank you again. You have a wonderful day.
Hey, you too, man.
And, man, Clint's Dent Repair. He's out of
Oak Harbor, Washington.
Oak Harbor, Washington. Beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous area. Everyone, thank you so much. And I'm going to see Clint off here with a few words to end the show. Clint, have a great day.
Hey, thank you, Ian.
All right,
good talking to you.
Wow. As I start my day, got customers showing up here today. I'll tell you, it's refreshing to see someone that, you know, hustles. I mean, really pushes. There's so many paintless dent repair technicians that I have to say, this is one of the defining characters to paintless dent repair, and the guys and gals, I'm sorry, I can't forget you, but the guys and gals that form the PDR industry and how much this trait is ingrained in them, almost every single one. So I'll tell you what, keep on pushing, keep it rolling, and keep striving for excellence. With that said, be kind to yourself. With everything going on in the world, please be careful, be kind to others. And have a great day. The show is brought to you by Mobile Tech Shade, where it's simply the best, rain or shine, and Dent Man Tools and PDR interviews. Have a wonderful day, everybody. See you next week, 7:30 Tuesday.